Welcome back, guys. Here we have Charlie9631 running Castlevania on Microsoft DOS.
Hello, everybody. Sorry for the inconvenience. Because the tech issue. Let's just say that much. It's just because of the tech issue. But yeah, my name is Charlie9631, and this right here you are seeing the MS-DOS version of Castlevania, and also on the same couch, commentator is LZ Cars Fan 23.
Yes, my virtual couch here. Yes, welcome everybody. I am LOZ Cards Fan 23, the former world record holder in Castlevania for MS-DOS, and I will provide some of the commentary on what Charlie will be doing in this run. So, should be a lot of fun. I know he's going to do a great job, and I guess whenever you're ready, Charlie, get this kicked off.
All right, and the run will start in 3, 2, 1, 0, and go. Alright, so it's currently running at a rate of 8 1/3 frames per second. So just your Twitch stream, you're not dropping any frames.
Yep, that is how slow the game runs, and it really doesn't matter what kind of computer you run this on, whether it's the actual real McCoy or the DOSBox emulator. It's just on only 8 1/3 frames a second. But that's kind of a good thing because it makes a lot of these frame perfect tricks that we have to do much easier than if you were to do it, say, on the NES, have a 1/60th of a second frame of window to perform the correct. For here, you got a much bigger window.
Yes, indeed.
So first trick that Charlie is going to be doing here is the bat boost. A little bit different than what you're accustomed to seeing in the NES version, where you kind of be on the top of that platform to do the boost. He's going to do it here. Just watch this.
You can just wall jump on that, but do it when you take the damage boost, and when you get to the wall, you can do the wall jump that way.
Hey, by the way, Charlie, you should show off that one trick when you get to the bottom of these stairs. Speaking of stairs, by the way, you can fly up and down stairs, which is kind of a good convenience in this game because NES version, as you know, he goes up and down stairs very slowly, but here he up the stairs the exact same speed you walk. And yeah, there's a little there, and yeah, this is where the holy water does on the bag because you try to get a crit in the end, and they have no such thing here. So that was a really good.
Apart from that, yeah, I mean, take it.
Well, and that's what they're going to see a lot is yummy inputs. I mean, you try to do all this very quickly, and if you kind of rush things, you get those inputs eaten up. And believe me, the game for more than 5 years, and yeah, those inputs get eaten up rather easily. So Charlie's going to get this hidden shot multiplier. Unlike the NES version, where you can use your sub-weapon to build up the shot multiplier by using it to take down, you can't build a shot multiplier in the DOS. Heck, you actually can't build a shot multiplier in any of the computer versions. The only shot multipliers you can get are the ones behind hidden blocks. He's going to get that trip in a little bit.
Now here's the different boost here. Got it. Oh,
very nicely done. Oh, look at the placement of that dagger. I've never seen that before. Or as the old saying goes, never happened before.
That's like our first random drop of the night.
Yeah, and that's one thing you have to really be careful of, that triple shot cross that you see Charlie picking up. So this for the rest of the game, hopefully, I'm controlled by more random drops.
Indeed. Coming up is the Medusa fight, which you don't really use your holy water against her, but we're kind of like in the trouble. We're kind of like low on health. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna.
You're that intentional, yeah, because you took that extra hit when you tried to do the Medusa boost there. Yeah. So this is a little bit of a trick, kind of earlier than I was going to see this trick, but when you take your last hit and you quit and save, and then come back, you cannot get damaged. You will not get hit, no knockbacks or anything. Pretty much invincible until either A, you grab me, or B, an ore, which will restore your.
Not bad of a fight.
I know there were plenty of donations for being processed during the series, so I think this would be a good time to read some off.
Great stuff, yeah. Our first donation to read out, sorry, give me a sec, was from Seravium. Even a lonely host can speedrun. You can do it. Keep it up, FTLG. Then we had another $50 donation from 10 Law for a cause that can help so many. Good job, and thank you for supporting this. Keep up the good work. That gave us a total of $600. And Tick Dawn donated $46.31, saying, "Good luck, Charlie. Time to win that beat Dracula."
I get that reference there. He's talking about the Chrysler LeBaron, which is one of the 8 cars you could win in Classic Concentration, both for the NES and the version. But here we are. So this is the easiest stage of the game here. When you play the NES version, if you talk to speedrunners, many people who run the game will tell you that this is the hardest stage of the game. DOS version, it's much easier. Ooh, look at that lucky drop there. So I think Charlie's going to do a little bit of a trick here by throwing the cross. So you know that trick that you saw at stage 1 where Simon was walking? There's a little bit of a trick into that. And by doing that same trick, you can also do like an infinite whip and weapon throwing glitch there. Tell them how that's done, Charlie.
So basically, if you hold the direction you are trying to go and while going on the stair, or while Simon cannot jump at any location that Simon cannot jump, when you press the jump button, he will be able to do the unlimited attack while walking.
Yeah, it's a brand new strat that was discovered earlier this year by Charlie. So the mummies fight here, it's pretty forward, but it does require timing if you want a perfect fight. And if you're not careful, fight, very well done. If you're not careful with or the Frankenstein fight or the death fight, you can add soft lock due to the sprite limitations of this. But we've come up with some more tech on how to that from happening. Now, I'm going to let Charlie comment because the next trick he's going to be doing is the cave skip. What you see in the NES version, and it requires a very precise input. So I'm going to let him cut.
Now, first of all, in the NES version, in the DOS version, you could also do like the fishman despawn. And like that, the fishman spawn in here. Normally this part is a nightmare if you don't time the jump well enough. Got it.
Oh, very nicely done. Yeah, it's the same trick that you saw in the first stage when you did the bat boost. You have to do a boost and then do a jumping as Simon's foot touches that mount, and that is frame perfect. If you jump, you're too late, you fall, and you will be an 8.5 from the American judges. I know that we had the Olympics last year, so that's kind of still fresh in my mind, and that's a pretty good pass, Eagles and Fleeman.
Yep. And did you just notice that that candle when I whip it, it despawn?
Oh yes, I've noticed that time to time where you can whip a candle and then you have a despawn like that. But yeah, that's a perfect pattern.
And beside the music in this game, it's actually different version. Where in level 4 it plays hard instead of walking on the edge, and level 5 is the other way.
I personally like it that way. A lot of people who I've talked to personally don't, but to each their own. I personally like it this way. So Frankenstein fight, as I mentioned, if you're not careful, you could soft lock if there are too many sprites on the screen. But to prevent that, Charlie's going to take out these candles, but you always got to watch out sub weapons. Hey, purple money bags. You love to see that.
decent level.
Yeah, that was a level right there. Frankenstein wasn't quite perfect because enough hearts, but still, that's a pretty good fight. Here's the level coming up that actually is the most difficult level in the game, especially RNG standpoint. And this is where runs come to die when we've run this game.
And also speaking of the audio, there's also like two different audio that is present in this game. That is the that is the Tandy version and the IBA speaker version. The one I'm playing right now is the ad-lib version, which is probably like because of the how it sounds similarly to Drive by Sega Genesis.
It has that Sega Genesis tone. One of the games I think of is the Immortal for Genesis. It has that kind of sound feel to it. So here's why this stage right here is pretty much an RNG for us. It's these Axe Knights.
And one hit to the face, the knockback, and you lose a lot of health.
All right, the first part at least cooperated. Oh no! Stop the clock, everybody! He just got this. Oh, you hate to see it. That's gonna make. If that isn't marathon luck, Charlie, I don't know what is.
Yeah. So we obviously probably gonna need some heart here, if we can, but unfortunately we cannot. So here's probably what I'm gonna do though. Perhaps I could actually like get a try to intentionally die, and then come back from the death.
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea. You're gonna get the cross. You are gonna get the cross. Yep, that's a good idea. You're gonna do. This is what I suspected you were going to do in this stage rather than the second stage. Is he's gonna do the same glitch where he loses all of his health. He'll save the game, just like that. He'll come back and he's invincible again.
His knight cannot really do anything.
Is William?
Yeah.
4 Axe Knights in this hallway as opposed to the 2 that you see in the NES version. That's kind of the trade-off in this. And you could jump over the Axe Knights, which is great, and you never know when they're going to throw those axes. And then you got the again, won't have to worry about that. But of course, there you go. I was just about to say, you're going to want to get rid of some of those just in case the scythes get out of control. On much more slowly in the DOS for you in the NES. There we go.
And also, as opposed to 2 Medusas, so I can only see 1 Medusa on the screen.
All right, so the final stage of the game. So single cross. I know you can do this, Charlie. It is going to be difficult, so I'm going to let you concentrate on this bridge.
I forgot how to do it, but thankfully we kind of like managed to do it somehow. But we do kind of like have to take a hit though, so that's kind of unfortunate. The third one we got it perfectly though.
There you go. Yeah, so you kind of combined the backup single cross strats with the whip only strats. That's another category that Charlie run in this game. He has the world record in both categories.
Yes, indeed. Look at that cross miss though.
Yeah, that can happen. It just goes right through either enemies or candles, just like that. The old Matrix move, as I like to call it, just goes right through the enemies. Nice whip on that eagle there. That's a difficult timing there, because that whip can go right through it rather easily.
You know, I'm actually gonna get like double shot here. I can actually try to do that.
Yeah, right. That's the last of the hidden multipliers. I bet a lot of you people who've played the NES version didn't know that there was a shot multiplier there.
And then I can get the third one just by doing.
Yes, you can. You actually didn't have to quit the game. You could have just saved and then just come right back, but no matter. Yep,
Yeah.
there's that triple shot. Now you can have it against Dracula. So Charlie's going to try to get a 2-cycle Dracula and hopefully a 4-cycle Cookie Monster.
Provided that the game gives us enough heart, but in this case they do not.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You were short on hearts. Yeah, that's, again, typical marathon luck, typical PB pace luck. Yeah, 20 hearts. You want to have 25 hearts for this fight.
So hopefully I could actually try to whip the fireball. Nope, not this time.
All right, cycle.
So since we're hour apart, we have to this guy, and we're only 2 whiffs away. And time.
That's still time considering all of the shenanigans that's run. They're talking a sub 15. That's Gabby. GG, Charlie.
Thank you. Especially that the stopwatch random stop kind of like ruins it. But not too bad, Gabby. And down goes. Now this is also would be good for some donation if there's any.
There hasn't been any more donations.
Oh, okay.
All right, we got it caught up.
So now, if you're familiar with the NES version of Castlevania, you can actually watch the credit until the end, and then you one minor difference between the NES version and the DOS version.
Yep, you've got all of the weird names see on there that imitate the same names as actors and actresses, horror movies, Dracula, Frank, etc.
And the hero, Simon.
Yeah, they actually have the English name as opposed to the Japanese spelling name that you're seeing in the NES version of Belmondo. But there you have it.
Great stuff, guys. So I want to thank you for being here and submitting a run to FTLG.
Yeah, thank you for me.
You're most welcome. And up next, we have the Happy Camper, who's going to be playing Star Control 2, The Yearn Masters. Any %. So stay tuned, guys, and we'll be back shortly.